on, I decided to make a video about crime. No, you're not going to see me cry on this video, but to add some type of context and a fresh perspective on reassuring people that crime is healthy and that it's okay. You see, we live in a society, man, where people don't think it's okay to cry. We live in a society where if you are a man, you're not supposed to cry. Some of my favorite groups talked about crying. David Ruffin said that I'm not ashamed to cry and plead, baby, baby. The OJ said, we cried together. Okay, enough of my world tour. Now I'm back on track. So, what I decided to do, I wrote this article, I published it to my website, www.corneliusdjones.com. And the article reads as such: when we think about being healthy, crying is normally not mentioned in that equation. However, when we cry, there are natural chemical messengers that help to relieve emotional and physical pain. Every time we cry, our body releases endorphins and oxytocin. These are the chemicals that helps us feel good, ease our pain, and promote a sense of well-being. Let me assure you that crying is good for your health. Our tears work like purgative drainings and purifiers. There is a saying that a life without rain is like the sun without shade. Crying can be associated with grief, joy, frustration, and sadness, which are parts of the normal and natural ranges of emotions that all human beings experience. The misconception of crying has led many to believe that it's a sign of weakness. That antiquated line of thinking has prevented people from being able to honor their feelings. Crying doesn't indicate weakness, it demonstrates your strength to be strong enough to let go when your body signals. As a society, it is apparent we are uncomfortable with seeing people, we aren't comfortable, excuse me, with seeing others cry. When someone is crying, we are quick to encourage them to stop. We think we are comforting them, but what we are doing is disrespecting their emotional process. There's a meta message that we send to others when we offer them the tissue while they're crying. That message is, I'm not okay seeing you cry and wish you would stop. This is also the reason that I never offer tissues or napkins to someone when they're crying. Throughout my years in practice, whenever someone would start crying in my office, the box of tissue just remained on the table. I never offered a person a tissue because I understood that could have been the first time that that person shed tears over that situation and they needed to do it. So I write this article as both a man and a black man that understands the cultural conditioning around men crying. I was raised not to cry, but wasn't provided with healthy alternatives to deal with my emotions. I frowned throughout my father's funeral when I was 16 years old because I didn't know it was okay to cry. Now that I'm the father of four sons, I want them to know it's okay to cry. Men of all colors feel the same emotions that women feel, regardless of how we try to mask our feelings. It is far healthier in the long run to take off the mask and cry than to cry in silence underneath it. We live in a world where young boys are raised not to cry and are often threatened with punishment for crying. Many of us have either said or heard a child being told that if you don't stop crying, I will give you something to cry for. Think about the awful message that sends to them at an early age. They're being told that it's not okay to cry, which robs them of the opportunity to process and release their emotions in a healthy way. It is time to change that narrative and let them and others know it's okay and healthy to cry. Perhaps if more of us adults understood why it's okay to cry, we may stop discouraging children and others from doing it. To assist with understanding why it's okay to cry, I have listed 6 benefits to crying that most people don't consider. So here are the 6 benefits to crying. It has a soothing effect. It helps to it helps to get necessary support from others. It helps to relieve our pain. It enhances our mood. It relaxes trapped stress and toxins, and it aids sleep. The next time you need to cry, let go without being apologetic. There's no need to apologize for honoring yourself or your feelings. That's a lot better than pretending that you're okay while hurting. However, if you find yourself crying frequently, uncontrollably, and without cause, it's not normal, and that could be a sign of depression. Now, Why did I make this video? I made this video because I wanted to be able to offer support to somebody who perhaps may want to cry, but will feel judged by doing so. None of us have the right to tell anybody that they can't cry, they shouldn't cry, or to stop crying. That's crazy. That may be why we have so many people always on edge in this world, because they got all of these emotions that's trapped within them that they don't know what to do anything with. Now, that could be a reach of some kind. But however, I understand the importance of people being able to cry, and especially men. So if you are a father or a mother and you got a little boy, man, don't tell that child that he can't cry, or that it's not okay to cry. Let them cry. Now, I'm not saying that they should just be going around crying about every little thing, but if it's something that they need guidance, be there to support them, encourage them to just breathe through it, and then tell them, challenge them on what they're feeling at that moment. Why are you crying? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Because they could think that they're in trouble over something that they're not in trouble over. So help them and help yourself in the process. So the video was short to the point, and there was intent behind it, because I want you to know that it is okay and healthy to cry. So until the next time, please continue to be the very best of yourselves that you can be. And if you like my singing, if you want to hear more of "We Cry," listen, I can also do it in a softer tone. We cry together. You get the point. But like the video, subscribe to the channel, share if you choose to. But until the next time, I'm out.